Zooming got that drip, bitch.
Used to hit packs, stood on the block and was moving a snack. Now I spit truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow y'all, how shot, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life and we sitting in class every single night. Sipping on you say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right. That's the Lord, why did he save me? Baby, born in the 80s, used to hide dope in my grandmother's basement. I seen that nigga brains all on the pavement. Doc 32 with a switch and a laser. I was down bad with an 8-ball scale and a razor. I came out the struggle, I finally made it. I counted these blessings, I'm never complaining. Kid soldiers, they give me your orders, say corner on corner, I do what I'm told. Nothing my crown, I'ma be fly as a bitch. You know I'ma dip it in gold. They call me Batak, so that mean I'm bold. Came out the block, used to beat at the pot, then hit all the things in the holes. I chased the money, was losing my soul. Used to hit packs, stood on the block and was moving a snack. Now I spit truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow y'all, how shot, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life and we sitting in class every single night. Sipping on you say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right.
Only the real ones call me ruler. Got 50 round steel drum in a Ruger. I say go kill one of my shooter. He say I owe you like a sooner. Hey yo, talk, tell me why they testing me. Used to get guap, weed and ecstasy. I'm out the kitchen, still with the recipe. I'm in the truth, building a legacy. I keep a couple shooters with a secretary. If you ain't over me, then you ain't checking me. I just hopped off the plane of Puerto Rico. Hollers and Quinte and Cinco. Homie, I leave you stressed, it's like a limo. Pull up in any city with a rental. Free my dogs out to get them out the kennel. Enemy trying to pit me like an N.O. You know.
Used to hit packs, stood on the block and was moving a snack. Now I spit truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow y'all, how shot, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life and we sitting in class every single night. Sipping on you say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right. I was locked down on myself, asking the Lord every night, when am I getting out? Why he keep sending me blessings and I keep on fucking up, still haven't figured it out. Talk behind me, I had to lose my bust me a Yui and then made a right. 40 on me, got a body, nigga tried rob me and ended up losing his life. I bought a ticket to Cuba, TSA locked me up when I was boarding the flight. Crackers ain't give me a bail, so I was stuck in that bitch and that shit had me tight. And I had beef with the ops, I put the mirror in the bathroom and made me a knife. I see why the murder rate high, niggas be pussy and shit and they can't really fight. Used to hit packs, stood on the block and was moving a snack. Now I spit truth and I'm writing these raps. I follow y'all, how shot, he coming back. All of my niggas really changed their life and we sitting in class every single night. Sipping on you say, and we breaking out scriptures that law really get you right.
Other races of men all over the world.
They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of Native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace, tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards, they don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs, your child fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for killing, he was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10 or 4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the vents. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip to try and catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but gotta check the balance. I come from where it's rough, that's why my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scary than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk of life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why I waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how it feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know.
Testing.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Let's get the most high hand. Shalom Israel, Shalom Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua Barakathum to the brothers, Shalom Yahweh Shamar Lathum Ba'Shem Yahushua to the sisters. We are back Tuesday Brotherhood class. About to get in. All right. And we got my brother tapped in.
Oh yeah.
Police Officer Alatazar.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Triumphalism.
Oh yeah. No time cry.
For my brother for tapping in. We're gonna get it in real quick. Today's title, you know what I mean? We got a doozy going on today. Today's title, we're getting into God does not believe in equality. You know what I mean? Let's make a couple of people angry today. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Make some non-believers angry. People
Right.
who think they believe. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yes, it is true. God does not believe in equality. How do we know this? We know this by the proof of our lifestyles. We know the proof by, you know what I mean, what we see on television, what we see in politics, what we see on your fields when you go to your slaves or your jobs, or you know what I mean. We see the proof in the pudding. We just gonna bring it out. You know what I mean. It's not as if equality ever existed when it came to different nations. You know what I mean.
Right.
But a lot of people expect, because they think, you know what I mean, God is all powerful. They think he should be the only one who should look at everyone as equal. We all the same. We all have the same flaws, have the same goals, and whatever. However people think equality should, you know what I mean, because equality is just feeling like everybody should be the same or treated the same. You know what I mean?
Right.
But even God doesn't believe in that. You know what I mean? So if your morality is based on that everybody should be equal, then obviously you are the only one who stands in that category, because we're going to show you today that God does not believe that.
Right.
Okay? So, current events. Even this situation is showing you that equality does not exist. Joe Biden's son, you know what I mean, he was what's that word? What's the word they use again? He was pardoned of all his charges.
Right.
His father. You know what I mean?
His
father came in and did exactly what he, you know what I mean? He did exactly what he said that he wouldn't do, which is, you know what I mean, not allow people to have to get away with their crimes that they commit. You know what I mean? People really expected this devil to withhold himself from his moral standard.
Right.
It's crazy. It's a crazy situation. It's like, our people really, really expect the white man to be good, like to be just to be the perfect image of what a outstanding citizen should be. You know what I mean?
Right.
They haven't realized, even with all these years of abuse, even with all these decades of slavery and the immoral things that's happened to us as a people, they still ignore the signs or the evidence that the white man is not a moral person. He's not going to stand by morals. He's not going to, he's not going to look at himself as a person that needs to be expected to withhold those morals. He's going to do what he want to do at the end of the day. Is what we see too. Joe Biden sat there and said that, it doesn't matter who it is, they're going to have to face their the crimes that they commit. And yet his son is being pardoned for what? Drugs, firearms, the things that they so-called wanted to, abolish, which is why a lot of our people are sitting in cells to this day. Right. You got something with that, Alonzo?
This is a current case that has always been happening. Black people, Hispanic people, Native American people for the longest have been putting their trust in this white man. And this white man for the longest have showed you that you cannot trust him. You think he's going to honor anything. All you got to do is go through history. All you got to do is just walk around life and just see how you get treated. That man is not good. That man is not, he does not even believe in equality. He shows you all the time. Even Kamala Harris, she locked up, I don't know, she gave 1 million years to Black and Hispanic men in California. Soon as she get on the radio show, they ask her if she smoked weed. What did she say? Yeah, I smoked weed before. How? How you gonna lock me up for selling weed when you bought the weed from me? How does that work? Your whole life you've been putting your trust into white people. You know why? Because you are brainwashed. You are brain polluted, I should say. You believe that white people can be kind. You believe that the devil can be merciful. You believe that he can show you equality when he cannot. It's not in him. Here's the thing. You believe God is about equality. How can you believe that when your black behind been on the bottom your whole life? Right. America does not show you equality. Where do you get the idea of equality from? This is how you know how easy it is to play somebody. We always talk about action, 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 but all we hear is words, 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 words. Right. And you get played every time. Somebody tell you, they look on the NFL field, or on the back of their helmet just say equality and justice. But they don't truly believe that. Right. They don't truly believe that. You walk around this place and all you hear about is love, love, love. But you don't truly believe it because you don't see it. I hear you talk about this equality and stuff, but I don't see no white man getting pulled out of his car by the police and getting beat half to death. Right. I hear you talk about equality, but I don't see you damn rolling through Caucasian neighborhoods the way you roll through mine. You talk about equality, but every time I see you doing a role on TV, you're a god. You're amazing. You do everything great. When I see somebody look like me on TV, they ain't nothing but drug dealers. They ain't nothing but pimps. I don't see the equality. If I see a Mexican on a movie, guess what? I know this Mexican is a criminal. I know for sure this Mexican can only be a criminal because there's no equality of casting blacks and Hispanics even in movies and TV shows. Right. There's always you get played like a fiddle, like a fool every time. And what we're here to do, we're here to show you there is no equality. Since the beginning of Earth, there has not been equality. Right. There's a greater light, there is a lesser light. There's a sun, there's a moon, there's stars. God made man and woman on the 6th day. Guess what? A day later, he made Adam. And what did he tell Adam? He didn't tell Adam you equal and you are equal to everybody. He said, no, you in charge of all of this. Letting you know the first man that was brought into the earth by thinking not the 6th day man, but a man who was brought from the dust. He didn't give him equality. He didn't teach him equality. He showed him what leadership was. He showed him what rulership was. He gave him the keys to the kingdom. Guess what? Guess who else is supposed to receive that? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Right. But guess what? You still believe in equality. But how can you believe in equality when you at the bottom? That's why the kingdom of heaven is such a rude awakening. That's why what we say is such a rude awakening and you don't want to believe it. Because all you see is blacks and Hispanics at the bottom. And all you have is a belief. It's a belief in the back of your mind that you think you have hope to be equal to this white man, that you had the same opportunities to him. It's a hope. It's a belief. Guess what? That's not true in America. The only place that is true is in the Holy Bible. Right. Only place you learn about the Holy Bible and the truth about the Bible and the truth about leadership and rulership and not equality is the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. That's why when we go on the streets, we tell you we are not affiliated with any other fake Hebrew Israelite group. You know why? Because we are not equal. We are not equal to your religion. We're not equal to them guys in purple. We're not equal to anybody you've ever seen. We're better. And we prove it to you constantly, consistently since 1969, and that will never change. I rest.
Most High Christ. Most High Christ. And with this, you know what I mean? It seems as if it's like a rude awakening. Like it's a large awakening that black people are starting to understand that, you know what I mean, white people are not as honest as they make it seem they are. You know what I mean? Right. They've been so lost within that spirit of all the politics and Christianity and all those things like that. They're starting to wake up and see that maybe they really not being true to what the hell they say. You know what I'm saying? Right. So even going back to this thing with Joe Biden, you know what I'm saying? Let me just I'm gonna read John 8:44 real quick. Okay. It says, "Ye are of your father the devil." Talking about you, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans who want to follow that American spirit, who want to follow that Christian spirit. You know what I mean? You are of your father, the devil, the deceiver. That's who your father is. That's who raised you. You know what I mean? Right. And the lust of your father ye will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth. And abode not in the truth. Why? Because there is no truth in him. You know what I'm saying?
That's crazy.
Let's just let that sink in for a minute. It don't matter what Joe Biden said 20 years ago, 25 years ago, what he said his moral standard is and what he planned on doing. And he was just talking about locking up black people. His standard was to lock black people up. That's all it was. That's what his standard was. And he stayed true to that. You know what he didn't stay true to? You know what I mean? Making sure all criminals found their dentist to society. You know what I mean? Right. That's what he didn't stay true to. Why? Because his son gets to walk free after being caught with drugs and guns, and they even talking about he had some like tapes with kids, and you know what I mean, like a whole bunch of just sick, evil, twisted things. But he gets to walk free. And you know what you get to do, black man? You know what you get to do, Hispanic man? You get to rot in a cell. There is no equality. You know what I mean? If there was equality, his son would be sitting in the back of a jail cell right now. You know what I mean? He would be facing his judgment for the crimes he committed. You got something else, sir?
Donald Trump is the president of the United States. Right. Starting January is when he gets sworn in. Right. He has 34 felonies.
Exactly.
He has 34 felony charges. Bro, dude, if you have a misdemeanor, you're considered a criminal. Right. If you have one felony, you're considered a felon. He got 34 felonies, convicted of them all. He's a president. What are we talking about? Why is this conversation still needed to be had? You know why? Because my people are lost. Right. My people they're worse than a donkey, worse than an ox. Israel does not know, man. It's the same thing. It's like every 4 years you see this same thing getting played. Somebody tell you they for black people. You know they not for black people. You know they not for black people. Guess what? You still gonna vote for them though. Right. To this day, like, and that's why like being in the school, it keeps you oblivious at times of how other people think. Like you forget how people think sometimes because I don't hang out with them, I don't go around them, and I don't really talk to them as much. So I sometimes forget how black people really think. You know, I forget like, oh man, we really are this crazy. We really do believe in death. We really search death rather than life. We really do believe in white people. We really do believe in equality. We really do. We see one nice white person. We're like, see, there's some good ones. That's in here. I know that's a trick. Out there, they don't believe in that though. They really think they think that there's good in them. That's why the Lord say, "What I made crooked, you can't make straight."
Right.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know what I mean? That's how you know that the Bible is a black book. It can only make so much sense of who the Lord is speaking about. You know what I mean?
Right.
With situations like this, you know what I mean? I didn't even finish the scripture yet. I can keep on reading. You know what I mean?
Right.
You're gonna know that this is a black book. Let's keep going on John. What is it? John 8:44. Let's keep going.
Mm-hmm.
It says, when he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. When he speaketh a lie, he speaketh of his own. You know what I mean? Because they are natural liars. Let me keep going.
Right.
For he is a liar. Read that one more time. For he is a liar and the father of it. So you see how Kamala Harris can come on stage with a whole bunch of black artists and make it seem as if she's just in the black spirit.
Right.
Yeah, I'm in that urban spirit. I want to show my people that I'm cooking greens in the bathtub too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm putting hot sauce on my collard greens too.
Right.
She's just trying to show that she's just of the people who she wants to get the vote. And yet, when she's put on the spot and asked, "What are you going to do for black people?" What does she say? Nothing.
Nothing.
Why? Because she's a liar. She an Edomite as well.
Yes.
Background up. You know what I mean? She is white as well. Joe Biden is white. Donald Trump is white, and they're all liars. Why?
Right.
It's because this is what the Lord is saying. They are of their own. When they speak of the lie, they're speaking their language. That's how they speak. They got to lie.
Right.
You know what I mean? When they came to this country, they made it seem as if they came for peace. But what did they do? War was on their heart. You know what I mean? Understand who the Lord is speaking of when he speaks of in these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? That's what we really need to do. And we really need to understand that regardless of the moral standpoint of what you're trying to find in all oppressors, you're not going to find any morality. They're not going to stand by the things that they told you. They're not. They're going to say, "Oh yeah, we're going to do this for you, and we're going to do this for you." They got to the point where they so comfortable with you being a slave, they don't even got to promise you anything no more.
Right.
They don't have to say. They don't have to even mention your names. They just got to put a couple of artists on stage, and they got you. So that's how comfortable they are within you being a slave, you being a sheep. You know what I'm saying? The Bible is real heavy when they call us sheep because it seems like we just really need somebody to follow. We need somebody or something to follow. Otherwise, we would just lead ourselves into just obliteration. You know what I'm saying?
It's literally the truth. People forget, like they don't really understand sheep, but if you look at a sheep, they're the only animals that does not have a natural defense system or mechanism. Like, so they just go. That's why you can have a herd of sheep and just one dude and just lead them all. Where else do you get that at? A bunch of sheep, they can't defend themselves. They can't fight. You know, a 12-year-old can beat up a sheep. You know what I'm saying? A sheep does not know where it's going. It's just getting told what to do. Well, that's blacks and Hispanics. We get told what to do so much that we can't even fathom a place where we're actually telling people what to do. Mm-hmm. That's why the kingdom of heaven is such a farce to people. They don't even how can you obtain something you can't even understand?
Right.
They can't even understand. Like, imagine telling a black and Hispanic person, and this is what we do. We literally go on the streets. We literally teach classes, and we tell them, you are better than everybody else. You are the greatest thing on the face of the planet Earth. God only loves you. He only wants you above everybody else. He wants you to rule this place. He wants everybody to look at you and say, that's a great nation. Everything I'm saying, we're going to pull it out. He wants everybody to know that these are my people. And you know what black people and Hispanic people say? Hell no, nigga. Like, what? Like, they will fight you for telling them that they do something. Like, what is it? I am, say it loud, I'm black and I'm proud. I am somebody. They don't even, the fact that you even need a song like that or a statement like that is crazy because you literally know in your mind you're nothing. You think you're nothing. I'm here to tell you you're better than that, and you hate me for it. This is what Christ, matter of fact, was saying in John the 8th chapter, the 45th verse. He's literally saying, you're going to hate me because I tell you the truth. I'm telling you how great you should be. White people are going to look at you like, man, these people are awesome. What East Indians are going to look at you like, these people are awesome. We need to be just like them. Chinese people, Japanese people, Koreans, they're going to look at you like, man, these people are awesome. We need to be just like them. Guess what? You don't want to be awesome. You want to be exactly what you are. But here's the thing. You hate your condition. You hate your condition so much, but you're not going to act like somebody who should not be in that condition. You're going to act like somebody who should be in that condition. What are those things? You're going to sell drugs. You're going to show your ass on national TV. You going to act a fool. Every black show on national TV got a number of drug dealers. If it's a live TV series, it's about black people just being dysfunctional. You'll never see a healthy show with just blacks and Hispanics just bored, nice and kind. You never see that. There's always drama involved in our lives. There's always drugs around. There's always evil being done. There's always baby mama this and baby daddy this and mama wasn't here and daddy beat me. That's all you see on TV. It's nothing but drama. We're telling you to live a life where you have no drama, where to be great. So people will start looking at them like, we ain't got nothing bad to say about them. Guess what? You don't even want that for yourself. That is crazy to me. You don't want to be great. You want to be what you are. You want to be looked at as nothing. Does that appease you? Or do you like that lifestyle? The Bible clearly states you're better than everybody else. Mm-hmm. You don't believe it, so guess what? Nobody else will believe it neither.
Right.
I yield.
That's all Christ. So let's get back to it. But let's get some precepts out before we get to this video, because I'm gonna show a video where, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna see they've never cared about us. They never cared about your opinion. And okay, this is what I want to get. No, I'll get into it during the video, but let's get some precepts in. Let's get some precepts in. Let's let the Bible speak. You know what I'm saying? Now, our people are in full belief that God is just in full submission to everyone on this earth.
Crazy.
You can live the way you want to. You can do the things you want to do. The things that you want in life the most, the carnal things, the big house, the beautiful wife, the rich husband, you know what I mean? The carnal things you want in life, the nice whips, the nice vehicles, and you know what I mean? All these things, the big bank account, all these carnal things. You believe that God was literally his whole mission in life is to serve you on the things that you want the most, as long as you just act like a good person. You know what I mean? Act like you love your kids when you really truly don't.
Right.
Act like you love the people in your church when you know good and well you don't like now you talking mess as soon as you walk out that building about each and every person in there. You know what I mean? Act like you love your parents or you know what I mean? Just act like you love them. You ain't truly have to do it, but just act like you do it. Right. You believe that the Lord is here to serve your every needs only because of your the wants that you want, the carnal things that you want. You believe that the Lord sees everybody the same. As long as you believe that his son died, you believe that he will love you forever, regardless of whatever you do.
Right.
That is a lie created by your oppressors who want to keep you in a lifestyle of poverty, who want to keep you in a lifestyle of struggling and always in want and needs of something.
Right.
I mean, even if you got the things that you wanted in life, that those carnal things that you desire so much, you would still off yourself. You would still be a drug addict. You would still be a slut because you have no morality. Those things that you, the things that you try to, how can I say, please the Lord with, you know what I mean? The way that you act, the things that you do, the praying that you're doing, all that stuff. You know what I mean? Those things, if the Lord really gave you the things that you have been desiring, you would still be a terrible person.
Right.
And that's a fact. You don't really truly want those things. It's just another goal of lust in your life. Just something like gluttony. It's just like, oh, you just trying to fulfill an itch, and then you're gonna move on to the next thing.
If I may,
go ahead.
You know what? Why all people think God want them to be rich? You know what I'm saying? Why all people like, yeah, God want me to be rich? Maybe he wants your ass to be poor.
Hey, no, real talk. If everybody rich, then everybody poor.
Like what? Right? Maybe you need to be poor. Maybe
Right.
God like, nah, I'm gonna keep you poor. You know why? Because if I give it to you, you gonna act you gonna act worse than what you are now.
Right.
Only reason why you're not doing those things that you would do is because you ain't got it. I'm really trying to save your life. Because if I was to give you all that money that you think you're worth and that you think you need, you gonna act a plum fool. Yeah, I'm gonna keep your behind. Come on.
Unalive yourself by tomorrow. Either drink yourself to death or smoke yourself to death and did something.
The mindset of a Christian, the mindset of this place is instant gratification. The mindset of this place is selfishness. This is why you don't get anywhere. You too damn selfish. You got too much greed in you. You want too much. You want so much for yourself. You are of your father, the devil. That's crazy. That scripture is crazy. He's so greedy. He has to get everything. That's how you are. You want everything. You want everything in your life to be perfect and right. But guess what? You don't do anything to get it. We're trying to give you a life of perfection.
Right.
We're trying to give you a life of, the Lord has been doing that since the creation of Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. He's been like, look, I'm trying to give y'all the kingdom of heaven. I want y'all to have watermelon. I want you to have apples the size of watermelons. I want you to have abundance. I want you to rule the earth. I want you to control the trade from East Asia to East Africa. I want you to run the trade from South America to Russia. I want you to run it. I want you to own this land. I want you to have these things. But you don't even want it. You don't really want it. You think you want it, but you don't want it because what it takes to actually get it. You want perfection, but you don't want to work for perfection. All these people want the kingdom of heaven, but they don't know what the kingdom of heaven is. And because they don't know what it is, they don't know how to get it. So what they do, they set out to set their own righteousness. That's in the Bible, young brothers, if you did not know. I yield.
And real quick, because what you were saying was heavy. I just had a thought to my mind, like, if God wanted you to be rich, just give me one blessing that Christ did where he gave someone abundance in their bank account. Just give me one blessing. One blessing where he blessed someone's bank account. Give me one.
And he could do that.
He could. I'm not saying he can't. But when has he done it? When has he done it? Show me in Matthew, show me in Luke where he blessed someone's bank account. You know what I mean? Christ was out here curing diseases, curing blind, curing the sick, raising people up from the dead. You don't hear nothing about him blessing someone's bank account because they ain't have it. Lazarus was like, what? The brokest man in the city. After he brought him back to life, you heard about him giving him some money. He gave Lazarus some money after he brought him back from the dead. Do you see that scripture anywhere in there? No.
Nowhere.
You know what I mean? But Lazarus got you know what the wealth he got? He got to live again. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That was his wealth. Lazarus probably was coming back to life. Lazarus probably about to know how to get a bag after that.
Right.
You got to be like, you know what? I took my life for granted. I need to get to it.
You know who wanted the bag? Judas.
Yes.
Literally.
Damn.
Judas wanted the bag. The most evilest man to ever walk the earth wanted the bag.
That's heavy.
That's you. That's who you are.
Heavy.
Your whole goddamn, like, you know what's funny, and the way you said that's heavy too. You really said if Christ was walking this earth, he had the ability to give you anything. He gave you life. You know what's funny? If he would have gave you money, you would have chose death.
Mm-hmm.
He gave Lazarus life, like he cured people of blindness and deafness and cerebral palsy or cerebral palsy. You know what you do? Like you said, you just drink yourself to death. You go out there and go have sex with as many sluts as you can and go get AIDS as fast as possible and be dead the next day. You go get set up by one of them sluts you seen on Instagram. Yeah, he needs to keep your behind poor.
Right.
Yeah, woman, you don't need a rich man, woman. You know why? Because that rich man is gonna stump you in the face like P. Diddy did Cassie. Yeah, he's trying to save your life. He's trying to show you something called a work ethic. And he's giving you, he's giving you peace. It's a story. Somebody was talking to Karatazar myself the other day. I don't say no name. And when he was saying the stuff, and when he got done talking, Karatazar was like, yeah, that story is wild. And thank the Lord I don't have to deal with that. Yeah, that's life. That's what I want. I want peace. I don't want to come home to what you come home to. Whatever that thing you come home to, that bitch, I don't want to come home to that. I'm good right here. This is my blessing. But that thing you go home to, that thing is evil. Them kids, they are monsters. Your family members, they are sexual predators and sexual demons that want to have sex with your kids. Right. Yeah, I don't want to be over there. That's death to me. I choose life. I choose good brothers and good women and good liquor. That's it. I yield. This crazy. All this is in the Bible. We don't got to pull the precept. We are with everything we said. You can just Google what we said. It's in the Bible. If you need it, don't worry. We're gonna get there.
Okay. Let me get if I may. Let me get Isaiah chapter 40 and 17.
Come on.
Since God treats everyone the same and
right,
you know what I mean, believes in equality, like everybody's the same, nobody's different. Let's see how God feels about it.
The book of Isaiah chapter 40 verse 17. Mm-hmm. All nations before him are as nothing. And they are counted to him less than nothing and vanity.
Now, what does that mean? All nations are as nothing. That's just saying that not really no one on this earth is anything to him. Does that mean like, you know what I mean, everybody's beneath him or everybody's the same? They just nothing? Let's see. Let's go to 2nd Esdras 6 and 55.
I got it.
Now, who is not nothing? If all nations are nothing, and there's only a nation that is something, who is the nation that's something to the Lord?
Yeah. It's the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 55. All this have I spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou madest the world for our sakes. As for the other people,
but just a second. For our sakes. Now, this is Israelite speaking.
Right.
This is the Lord speaking about how he feels about his children of Israel. You know what I mean? This is in the Bible for a reason. It's not something that we just came up with because we wanted to match our agenda. You know what I mean? The Lord is excluding all other nations other than the nations that he chose, which we know that he chose the nations of Israel.
Right.
You know what I mean? Not a multitude of different nations. The Lord is saying all other nations. He's not saying, oh, sinners and people who chose to live an evil lifestyle. He's saying nations as a whole.
Right.
You know what I mean? It doesn't matter how they're living their lifestyle. It doesn't matter if they're good and bad. He's saying all other nations are as nothing. But go ahead, keep going.
Because thou madest the world for our sakes.
The Lord made the world for our sakes, for Israel's sakes. Go ahead.
As for the other people.
And as for the other people.
Which also come of Adam.
Also come of Adam, because all nations come from Adam, right? Due to the flood.
Right.
But God secluded the 12 tribes of Israel. Out of all those nations, because we all came from Adam, but out of all those nations, it doesn't matter because he chose the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead.
Thou hast said that they are nothing.
He said that they are nothing. The Lord does not believe in equality because he sees every other nation as nothing. Keep going.
but be like unto spittle.
Could be like unto spittle, like when you speaking and spit flow out your mouth on accident. You know what I mean? That's how you see him. It's not even something that you would acknowledge unless you put the person who got spitted on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I'm not going to notice. I'm going to speak and you know what I mean? If spit comes out of my mouth, I don't notice those people. That's how he's putting it. I don't notice those people. Who are they? They are nothing.
They are nothing.
But the 12 tribes of Israel. Go ahead, keep going.
But be like unto spittle, and has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel.
A drop that falleth from a vessel. So this is how of nothing they are to the Lord. They like just the Lord don't see him at all. He's not paying attention to him. Don't give a damn. But you, Black, Hispanic, and Native American, you have been secluded as the ones who the Lord loves.
Right.
And look at this is the ultimate brotherhood right here. You know what I mean? He's looking at everyone else as if they're just a drop out of a bucket.
Right.
You know what I mean? As if they're spittle. But you is the only one that he loves and focuses on. And yet you with that love and that seclusion from other nations, you want him to love everyone else. Right. You don't want to be special. Does that make any sense? You don't want that special love. You don't want to just be focused on with just you. You need other nations to be loved as well. Otherwise, the Lord doesn't fit the agenda of who your father actually is.
This is crazy.
How can you put that in a real life situation?
You can't. And I was just about to make this a real life situation. Somebody came up to you with a lotto and was like, hey, look, I'm going to give you $20 million. Now, I'm going to give you $100 million. You say, but would this white man get $100 million too? That don't make no sense to me. And because that white man don't get $100 million, guess what? You don't want that $100 million now. You lost your damn mind. There's not a dude. You know what's crazy? The Lord has put these heathens around us to see who you love the most. Instead of giving the Lord, who's going to give you everything you ever wanted and needed in life, he's going to give you greatness. He wants perfection from you to give you perfection. Right. He wants to it's a great trade to be perfect. He wants to give you a perfect lifestyle. Like, hey, you're going to have perfect kids. You're going to have a perfect home. You're going to have perfect wisdom. You're just going to be perfect in all things. You just got to give me perfection so I can give you perfection. Exactly. Instead of you giving the Lord your all, you give these heathens your all. Right. Instead of you giving the Lord your love, you're so focused on giving these other nations your love. That's your problem. You have an opportunity to be selfish at this point. There's a certain type of selfishness you must have to love the Lord. You got to say, look, I want these things, but I know I cannot get these things unless the Lord gives them to me. So what should I do? I'm going to be the ultimate person for him. That's the selfishness you should have. Instead of your selfishness is, man, look, I know I'm not supposed to celebrate Thanksgiving and eat this turkey because 77 million Native Americans got unalive, but I'm going to eat this turkey because everybody else doing it. You're selfish. And that's why you're sitting across the table from some dude that sexually assaulted you 15 years ago. And you got to look him in his eyes and say, what's going on, Uncle John? This is crazy to me. This is crazy to me, man. The Lord has put you he literally put you on a pedestal, said you better than everybody else, and you don't even want it. You want what you have. What you have is a life of pain, a life of struggle, a life of neglectance, and negligence. You have a life of, you're living a life of suicide, literally, and you don't even know it. And the Lord is trying to break that from you. You say, "Nah, I'm gonna stay right here. I'm gonna love on these white people." You crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy.
This is crazy.
Crazy. Oh, yeah. Now, something heavy you got said too, like, you know what I mean? Not only is it crazy be secluded and be favored and not want it, but want it for all other people. But it's also crazy within itself as well. You know what I mean? Not to want to fix yourself just to be able to experience the fruits of what comes with that.
Right.
Now, I'm going to bring up some traumatizing example right now. You know what I mean? It's going to strike a nerve for brothers of the truth, but you used to get yourself together for Santa. You got your act right for Santa. You know what I'm saying? When you thought them presents was coming, and you thought that Santa, that his fat ass was gonna come down that tree, that damn Edomite was gonna come down your chimney, you got your act right before that day came. You was the best little kid. You wasn't complaining, you wasn't fussing, you wasn't doing nothing because you wanted them presents. So you can get your act right for Santa, but you can't get your act right for the Lord. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
As an adult, you can't stop smoking weed. You can't stop being a slut. You can't stop whoring yourselves out here to different gods. You know what I'm saying? You can't stop those. You can't stop praising these false idols. You can't stop trying to show sympathy for your oppressor who obviously hates you and obviously is a liar. You can't fathom of getting those things out your spirit, but you can act right for Santa though.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying.
But good old Saint Nicholas, you stop being a monster. For some Edomite sliding down your chimney. Look. Anybody at my house at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, in my refrigerator, eating my milk and cookies. Yeah, don't worry about it. That's his last meal. He ain't gonna make it out. He not making it out with no reindeer that day. He getting stuck right there. He ain't gonna make it.
All of a sudden, somebody breaking your house is a good thing. That's crazy.
That's crazy. The mindset of this place is crazy. You tell your kids all year not to go talk to strangers. Then on Halloween, you like, hey, go talk to strangers. Go talk to strangers. You don't know what this man doing in his house, man. Some dirty man. You don't know what these people got going on, man. And you sit there, and you lead your children through the fire. Right. This is why the scriptures always told us to put it in our frontlets, put it on our forehead, write it on the post of your house. The scriptures want you to pass it down to your children. This should be shared throughout all your generations. Why? So you don't forget. Oh yeah, I wasn't alive, but I know my great grandmother celebrated the Passover. I wasn't alive, but I've heard these stories being passed down. Oh, they did celebrate the Passover. That's why going to the Passover is so vital. That's why going to high holy days are so vital. To put it in your child's mind. To show them, hey, look, this is what we do. This is what I know what they do over there, and yeah, it look like they're having fun, but trust me, that house party finna get shot up on Christmas.
Right.
I know July 4th they having a block party, but somebody gonna get the drinking and smoking, they gonna fight, and somebody gonna lose their life that night. Mm-hmm. You come up in here on the high holiday, you ain't gonna see none of that. You ain't gonna see none of that. You don't see kindness. That's what you're gonna see. You don't see meekness. You don't see fun. There ain't gonna be no violence. Ain't gonna be no trauma. You don't have to worry about none of that. You're gonna have your good time. You're gonna eat good, and you're gonna drink good, and you're gonna go home, and you're gonna have recreational activities. That's what you're going to do. On the other hand, and that's what the Lord's trying to give you. But on the other hand, the Lord is not your father, because ye are of your father, the devil.
Man,
and you get what the devil's gonna give you. Come on, look. Let me pull out precept by Rashad. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 4, verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord my God commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them. This is all you got to do. This is not a magic trick. Why do people make serving the Lord such a fallacy? It got to be magic. They act like you got to be some type of special character to just do what the Lord say. All the rappers tell you to smoke weed, you smoke weed instantly. All these sisters who tricking you, simps out your money, say send them $100. You send them $100 instantly. The Lord tell you, hey, just don't eat pork. I can't do that. I can't do that. That's why you in the conditions you in the predicament you in now. If I may, keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations. Everybody's gonna see this. People can sit out. I can see how white people look at black people. I can see how white people look at Hispanics and Native Americans. I can see how they look at them. Then I can see how they look at us.
Right.
I can see like, yeah, they different. Them people behind that rope on Saturday, they different. The way they moving in this club, oh, they different. You see it when we walk through the club. Oh, these dudes is different. They ain't going like the rest of these folks going. Some over here. Yeah, they different. This is our wisdom amongst the sight of the nations.
Right.
And your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. For what nation is there so great, who have God so nigh unto them, as the Lord our God is in all things that we call upon him for? And what nation is there so great that have statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law, which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. That's our problem. He's telling you, hey, keep the commandments, do them. Once you do them, teach them to your family, teach them to your sons, teach them to your grandsons, teach them to your great-great-grandsons. Guess what? You're going to come back, you're going to get taught the same thing, and you're going to perfect them. You're going to perfect these commandments. And everybody's going to be like, man, that lineage right there is great. That nation right there is great. You know we have not done that because no one looks at us like that. You want equality so bad, but no one looks at you as an equal. Everyone looks at you as somebody who they can get over on. No one looks at you. Nigga, you get a job, them people looking down on you. They know they can hire you, they can fire you anytime they want. You better act right at that slavery. You better act right, boy. We're gonna write your behind up. They can scare you into submission. But the Lord can unalive you. Not scare you into submission. What do you want? What do you want from the Lord? He's willing to give you the whole earth. All you got to do is get equality out your head and think of your nation first.
Right.
And he will put the day you start putting your nation first, he'll start putting your nation first. Come on, what are we doing here? It's the same topics every single year. God damn, get off drugs, man. Stop being a whore. How hard is that to tell? Why do you want to do that? Like, what's in you that make you want to not be great? You gotta fix that. The Lord is giving you all, bro. White people took this Bible and have ran the world. They run the world. Why can't you do the same thing? And it's for you. They manipulated it and they run the world.
Right.
If you do it truthfully, guess how long you'll run the world? Forever.
Right.
What? Black people crazy. You see why most rock. Most like, nah, I'm sick of y'all. I'm gonna hit this rock. Y'all get on my nerve.
Right, exactly. I'm speed of Moses. I'm about to read Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6. It says, you got it?
I got it. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 7, verse 6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God. The Lord thy God have chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth.
And you think that God believes in equality? Why is your standards equality if the Lord doesn't even believe in? Why are you thinking that you are better than God?
Come on.
You know what I mean? Why is it that you think that your method works? Your relationships don't even work. Your relationship should be the effect of, you know what I'm saying, that maybe you just don't know what you're talking about. That should be the results of it. Your kids don't love you, your spouse don't love you. You know what I'm saying? That should be the effects of it. Stop thinking that you are above the Most High. The Most High does not believe in equality. So why are you teaching that to your children and your children's children, that we are all the same?
Right.
We are not the same.
Precept.
Mm-hmm.
1 Corinthians 11:3. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Christ, and the head of the woman is the man, and the head of Christ is God. There is not even equality in your household. You looking at this screen right now, there's not equality on this screen right now. There's somebody better than somebody on this screen right now. There's not equality here. You need to get that out your mind. Somebody got to tell you what to do. Somebody has to tell you what to do. And guess what? If somebody can tell you what to do, and you just take it with a grain of salt and you do what they tell, you do what they tell you to do, guess what? You will one day have the authority to tell somebody else what to do. How can you look? The greatest general was just the greatest trooper. Your problem is you don't look at it like that. You think you're supposed to be a general. Mm-hmm. You think there's no equality in here. You only believe in equality when it suits you. Mm-hmm. When you think it suits you, but you truly don't believe in it anyway. It's a word that sounds good. Everybody has the same belief. Dude, how is equality real when we get shunned for what we're saying? Christians go out there and talk on the corner and don't nobody do nothing to him. Soon as we go out there, they throwing eggs at us. Ain't nobody arguing with no Christian on the street. Ain't nobody arguing with no Catholic on the street. Ain't nobody arguing with no Buddhist. Ain't nobody arguing with Muslims. Soon as we walk on the street, we are bombarded with arguments all day and night. We can't even leave camp half the time because we got to argue with somebody. We wanted to leave an hour earlier, but we got to sit and argue with this knucklehead because we're telling him to get off weed.
Right.
Come on, man. I'm sick of this.
Hey, I'm gonna play this. I'm gonna play this video real quick.
Come.
I was gonna play it in portions to just break it down. Well, hold on, real quick. Hey, Shalom, y'all about to shut up. What's going on? Come on, slack. No, I'm not at the school right now. I'm at the crib. I'm in the middle of doing a class right now. Come on. Yeah, I'll pull up tomorrow and see what's going on. All right, Shalom, Grace. Sluggy. So, all right. So I'm gonna play this video. I'm just gonna play the whole video because we're running out of time right now. But you know what I mean? I was going to go break it because there's so many different topics of things that I wanted to just get into on this, but I'll try to remember it off the cranium and just, you know what I mean, flow through it as the video goes. But watch this video real quick of this confusion community dude speaking about a situation, right? Let's go.
Walmart has just announced this week that it will discontinue its DEI programs, stop trying to include Black businesses and women-owned businesses as suppliers, and remove LGBTQ merchandise from its stores. Walmart is the nation's largest employer with 1.6 million U.S. workers, and they're not the only ones. Lowe's, Harley-Davidson, Toyota, Ford Motor Company, and Molson Coors have all announced plans to scale back their DEI initiatives too. It's part of a larger effort by Trump conservatives to portray white Americans as the true victims of racism in America. It's like the story of Wicked, where a spectacular con artist and a sycophant convinced the gullible white people of Oz that the bullied green woman is the real villain instead of the rich white man who rules over their lives. DEI means diversity, equity, and inclusion, and it's a set of ideas that started in the 1960s to enable Black people to be treated fairly in America after centuries of racial oppression. The reason why you have a job, go to college, or live in the neighborhood you want is largely because of DEI. Civil rights laws in the 1960s made it illegal to discriminate against Black people, but after hundreds of years of state-sanctioned white privilege, treating everybody, quote, equally, only freezes the status quo in place. If white people on average have $110 and Black people only have $10, and you give everybody $90 equally, white people will have $200 and Black people will have $100, meaning white people will still have $100 more than Black people. It's not just theoretical. A study in 2015 in Greater Boston found that the average net worth of white households was $247,000. But for Black American households, it was only $8. That's not a misquote, a misprint, or a mistake. That's the intentional miscarriage of justice. That's why race-neutral solutions to race-specific problems don't work. DEI made it a priority for schools, employers, businesses, and government agencies to recruit and retain Black people. But when the Supreme Court struck down race-based affirmative action in college admissions in 2023, it opened the doors for a flood of local, state, and federal litigation and legislation to claim that white people are being oppressed by a non-existent thing called reverse racism. Since that time, a Trump-appointed federal judge here in Texas ruled that the Minority Business Development Agency must now help white men. 2 Trump-appointed federal appeals judges in Georgia ruled that a venture capital fund for Black women could no longer focus on helping Black women. A Trump-appointed federal judge here in Texas also blocked aid for Black farmers because it was unfair to white men. And Trump himself has announced that his administration plans to pay restitution to presumably white students he feels are victims of DEI. Never mind the fact that Black people experience higher unemployment, lower wages, more student loan debt, lower home ownership rates, and grossly disproportionate arrest and incarceration rates. They say when you're accustomed to privilege, equality feels like oppression. I'm not sure if white Americans really believe that they are the ones oppressed, but their collective sense of innocence and entitlement depends on perpetuating that fraud. So what can you do? 1, you can stop shopping at places that don't care about you. 2, you can support Black-owned businesses. And 3, you can support lawmakers who support DEI. But most importantly, you need to be aware, with Trump and Elon Musk attempting to control the levers of power in government, media, education, and corporate boardrooms in America, the next 4 years will usher in a deluge of racial brainwashing, reprogramming, and misinformation. Just like the leaders of...
I'm going to stop it right there. Now, I try to capture all the detail in the things I wanted to speak about. And the first thing I wanted to get on in that video, why is it that every time a Black person's oppression is being mentioned, that the LGBTQ is also being initiated within the struggles of oppression? We're not talking about something that's happening to confusion community.
Right.
We're not talking about that. They're fine. They gonna still be in bed with the person that they chose to be in bed with, or the thing that they chose to be in bed with.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Their lives are fine. But it seems as if when something is targeting directly off of the backs of Black people and their oppression, confusion community is added on along with it. We've done that to ourselves because of the way we think, thinking that equality exists, thinking that everybody should be treated the same. We've given up our status of being sympathized on. Not saying that we need or want sympathy, but the thing that we should be having because of the wrongs that have been done to us within this country, we lose it because we continue to keep adding on that everybody is the same and everybody is equal. This is where we lose our power at, because it's no longer necessary to sympathize for a Black, Hispanic, or Native American, because, you know what I mean, we're all the same. Everybody's equal. Right. So why would we have to worry about your problems and your issues, and while also you know what I mean, the Jewish community is getting reparations every year. You know what I'm saying? Hundreds of millions of dollars every year just because of the things that they've went through. Asians are getting Asian bills passed in their names, you know what I'm saying? And their likeness of Asian hate bills, things of that nature. You know what I mean? Where things are actually getting done for their people, but we can't get anything done because we've accepted everyone. and we've accepted everything. You know what I mean? But now it's like what is it, Majin Buu? LGBTQ is like Majin Buu when it comes to black oppression. You know what I'm saying? They're just going to absorb it and use it right against us.
Yep.
Like whatever we go through as a nation, LGBTQ is going to take that from us, and they're going to use it to their advantage for their agenda. So we're powerless at this point. Whatever is done to us, it's not just done to us, it's done to us as a nation. What Kamala Harris say? Anything that we need to do to help black people, we help America, because we all the same. We all Americans. This is what there's no help coming our way. You know what I'm saying? So this whole video is based off of that. You know what I mean? There's no more going to be because it was like how can I say, a bill that was passed of hiring the minorities. You know what I'm saying? So to the point where even you would get your foundation to get more in funds because you are hiring more minorities in your organization. That's no longer going down anymore. Now they're gonna hire who the hell they want to. You know what I mean? Now they just going there, and it's just to get us back to the fields. You know what I mean? They want to get rid of they want to get rid of all these illegal immigrants, or what they so-called illegal immigrants. You know what I mean? So now they're going to have control over, oh yeah, well, we want you to work this job. We want you to work this job. We want you to slave here, slave here. You know what I mean? They're going to put our black asses right back on the fields because y'all felt like equality was necessary. You know what I mean? When the Lord doesn't even believe in it. Another thing he was talking about the statistics of the households, that in 2015, when they researched that the average white household makes $240,000 a year, and yet the average black household makes $8 a year. Isn't that insane? You talking about we not oppressed? You talking about we're talking about equality? 240,000 against $8. You know what I'm saying?
$8.
Another thing. What else is on there? He said something about black women. Oh yeah, black women. They not about to get their seat no more. You know what I mean? Right. You can be prepared to start losing your positions. You know what I mean? Because no longer does a business a profit for your you know what I mean? What's the word I'm looking for? Right. So be prepared to start losing your slaves, because now it's not a beneficial to have. It's not going to benefit a company to have a black woman work there. It's not going to be beneficial to have a black man working in your organization. They are going to be putting us back flat on our asses, right in front of us. And it's like everything that we've done and we try to do has been infiltrated. You know what I mean? Everything you try to do Black Lives Matter. Who took that? LGBTQ. You know what I mean? That black woman went and bought her own island and said, F you black people. I don't even live there no more. You know what I'm saying? I don't even live there no more. You ain't heard of Black Lives Matter since. Every place that you sit back and try to find a solution for black oppression has been infiltrated. The Black Panthers, the Nation of Islam. You know what I mean? Just Christianity. All these places have been infiltrated by our oppressors, and they keep us on the bottom. You know what I mean? There was a lot of other details in that video that just blanked my mind. I try to get the ones that, you know what I mean, probably would have hit the hardest. You know what I mean? Running out of time. But that's all I gotta say, Lazar. If you got something on that video you want to add on, go ahead and speak, my brother.
I would just tell black people to prepare. I would tell Hispanics, they should have been prepared. They should have been prepared 10, 15 years ago. When the boys started, especially when the boys started talking about putting up a wall, they should have been preparing then. You get so comfortable in this place that you just think about, I'm gonna wake up, go to work, get my paycheck, eat, take care of my kids, go to school, routine. They're gonna break that routine. They're gonna send your behind buses down to Mexico, and they will not let you back. That's what they're gonna do. And it's funny that you say they're trying to put us back in the fields. Yeah, they don't need black people to work in the offices no more. Once this goes through, you got to have some type of job. You got to have some type of money coming in. So those same strawberries our brothers in the Northern Kingdom are picking, our brothers and sisters on the Northern Kingdom are picking, guess who's going to be picking those strawberries?
Right.
You're black behind. You know why you're going to keep picking those strawberries? Or why you're going to start picking those strawberries? Because your black behind believes in equality.
Because you believe in equality.
Yeah, you's a new fool. You stupid.
Mm-hmm.
You need to quit that. Here's what I want you to get from this class. There is no such thing as equality. God loves you, and he wants to love you. So why don't you try to behave like somebody that deserves love from God? With that, I yield.
Most high grace. We appreciate y'all tuning in once again. Tuesday night Brotherhood class. My brother, priest and officer Alazar, you know what I mean? Dropping some bombs on y'all. Water for y'all in the chat. Water for y'all tuning in. Like, share, subscribe. Babu Kasha. Get this word out here while it's still able to get out. Because it's looking like it's heading to that time period where you ain't going to be able to find us no more. We're going to be in the school somewhere, minding our own damn business. You know what I'm saying? Right. So, you know what I'm saying? Just do what you can to get this word out here right now, because it's time for our people to wake up. You know what I mean? White man's the devil that the Bible speaks of. Point blank, period. The water for y'all tuning in. Tuesday night Brotherhood class, Isupk, SoCal. Shalom, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barak Thumb to the brothers. Shalom, Yahweh Shamar of the Thumb. Bashem Yahweh Side to the sisters. Appreciate y'all for tuning in, man.
They said free the Palestinians, then celebrate the death of native Indians. How these other races gon' take us serious? They don't. It's silly thinking you can fight oppression with a vote. I'm so woke, I got sleep deprivation. Belly of the beast giving birth to a nation. You know how I feel to have culture and they take it. It'll never be peace. Tell them free the reservation. Till it's backwards. They don't know that they exist no more. Ever try reaching out for help and you just get ignored? Pick up vices like drugs, your child fill a void. They get a youth life sentence for killing. He was just a boy. Niggas poor, what we living for? Life a gamble, it's like 10-4. Police hands around your neck, they just hit record. We in war, man, this ain't the norm. But you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know. Mama on the stage crying. She just lost her only son to gang violence. Pops level 4 yard talking through the vents. Have you ever tried to hug your loved ones through a fence? Have you ever been hated just because your skin? Have you ever worked all week and couldn't pay your rent? Life a trip, I'm trying to catch my balance. Every step feel like I'm walking backwards. Credit card, but gotta check the balance. I come from where it's rough, that's why my heart callous. They want you to fall weak, that's a war tactic. Look how we live, what's scary than that? What you know about crossing the Darien Gap? Risk of life to live in hell or bury your kids. Either way we gotta suffer and they just get rich. Life a bitch, why I waste time telling you that? Cause if you ain't a nigga like me, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know how I feel to be black. Yeah, you don't know.